Today's episode is all about snapper.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
One of the main target fish in Port Phillip Bay is snapper, and the peak season for chasing snapper is from end of September till May.
The annual migration of snapper in Port Phillip Bay is believed to be a fish's urge to breed, spawning time, saying that snapper, it is a fish of habit, so they are the same place, the same time of year, every year, and saying that they're not that predictable. In this episode, we're going to show you how we target snapper, the rigs we use, the tackle we use. We show you some videos and some great adventures with our friends. Enjoy!
Let's watch the first video.
This video is from 15th of December 2020. Me and Jerry left Werribee Ramp and went straight to Port Arlington Old Channel. We normally fish around marker 3 of the Geelong Channel. As we were setting up, we slowly starting to get bite fish like yakka and slimy mackerel. In between them, few pinkies and odd flathead. Then I put in practice one rule that I normally use. What comes up, goes down. So I rigged live yakka and sent it back. In no time, the line started peeling. At first it felt like a stingray or something because it was just going away, but then few head shakes. While Jerry was fighting that fish, the rest of the rods keep getting hit. Then I started to film as we knew it's snapper. I prepared the net and the whiting game was on. It was on a light Wilson rod with Stradic 4000 and a 15-pound mono, so Jerry had to take it easy. In meantime, another rod went off, so I put the camera down and reeled that fish in, only a small pinky. Then Jerry managed to get this beast right up. We managed to drive it straight into the net and we landed. It was big. Definitely Jerry's personal best snapper. And now photo time. Alright, so today we're going to talk about all the rigs and tackle and bite for snapper. So there is two kind of rigs that we're going to use. So I'm going to get you through the rigs first. So this one is the paternoster rig. In this situation, the Redis rig, you can get them in Black Magic, you can get any of this, or you can make your paternoster yourself. So sinker at the bottom, 2 hooks at the top. I normally would bite them with a squid or piece of pilchard or just a bit of chicken, and that's all you need, just a little bit of chicken, or even the best that works for it is the head of silver whiting. I don't normally cast this one. I'll just drop it straight behind the boat. So that's all. All right. The next rig that we're talking about is the Snail Rig. It's actually, this particular one is unweighted. I run myself 2 circle hooks. You can run J hooks, it's your preference. These ones are again ready for all circles, but you can get gamakatsu, you can get any, I mean, your preference, of course. And this one will bite now with a pilchard. What I normally do, I grab a pilchard, I go through the half of pilchard, take it out, and then basically I go through the gill here because it's quite hard. So that's my first hook exposure. And then I twist it a few times and I go backward with the second hook, and you'll see snapper most of the time grabs the pilchard from the middle. So this is the hook that actually 90% of the time does the job. And basically just half inch once and one more. And that's basically all you need. Don't worry about the hook being so exposed. That's no problems. What I do have here, it's just a running sinker. So I got my swivel, and if I need to put a sinker, I normally just attach it to this system. You can put just a swivel, you can, but this is, I found this on eBay. I don't even know what brand is it or what it is, but just works perfect, and it's plastic, so it doesn't damage my guides at the top. So yeah, if I need it, I just attach sinker to it. Now, that's it. I would start with totally unweighted first, and if I see that my bite doesn't get to the bottom, then I can put a little ball sinker. We're gonna make a rig after so you can see it. Or I'll just add a heavier sinker onto this. I'm gonna show you how I actually attach the sinker. So you can see I got a bit of a leader on a sinker. In this situation, because I know it's sand here, it's not much grass, I don't need a long leader. If I know it's a long grass, I would have maybe 40 centimeters leader to it. So basically all it is through the loop. This eye quite small, but it does work because I did it before. So, and backward. The good part about this is that you can accordingly change the weight of the sinker. If you need a bigger sinker, if the current's running, you just put a bigger sinker. In this situation, that's plenty. So that's it. We cast this one in front of the boat and hope for the best. A lot of people ask about which way to go, braid or mono. I normally use 20-pound braid, no problems on the sandy ground. There is no risk of actually cutting it and all that sort of stuff. So, and it's very tough. Much more fits on the spool, so that's the advantage. If it's a rocky ground, forget it. You need to use mono. So as you see, I mix them here. So that's the mono. So if I fish black rock and all that stuff, I would kind of, keep the braid away, especially if I know that I'm on top of the reef. If I fish, let's say, black rock a little bit out, and I know it's sand, braid's perfect.
Before we move on to more tackle talk, we are going to show you a few clips and prime locations for early season snapper. First, Altona, anywhere around the yellow stick. In our next video, we are about 500 meters past the stick.
Yeah, in next video, you guys gonna see my friend Ovi. Most of you guys know him from my YouTube videos. And Ovi, actually I met in 2017, in October 2017. He was walking his dog past our place. We just come from fishing and he asked us a few questions. And he told me he's got a boat as well. He fishes Portland quite a lot, as he was quite unsuccessful of getting a decent fish in Port Phillip Bay. So I told him if he wants one day, he can jump on board with us, and we'll take him fishing in Port Phillip Bay. So the next adventure is from 22nd of October 2017. This is Altona. This is of his first Port Phillip Bay snapper, and the actual excitement and the reaction will tell you everything how he felt.
Enjoy!
No. Oh my god, oh my god.
I have to.
Oh, you're not good. Here,
Mima, go back.
Go back, Mima, go back. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
You want to snap it?
Oh my god!
Take a picture with
Oh
it.
my god! Oh my god! I can't believe it, man. Oh my god, I'm shaking. I need to. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Our second location is P2. P2 is located about 7 kilometers south from Altona boat ramp, and we normally fish here around December to January.
Yeah, in the next video, at P2 of course, you will see me and Jerry getting Ovi onto his second snapper. Again, his reaction and the smile on his face was priceless. Sorry about the wind noise from the camera microphone.
Enjoy!
Jerry, you got the net? Lift, 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 lift. You have to. Otherwise you're gonna lose it. Now it's fine. Yeah.
Man, you're the champion. You're the champion. You keep persevering with that thing. You keep persevering with that thing. Changing the. See, I'm having fun with those suckers in here. I'm never gonna have a chance.
I take care of you.
to be-
In part 2 of Tackle Talk, we will show you the difference between fiberglass, carbon and graphite rods. Also, we will show you how to make a double snail rig, which is the most popular rig when chasing snapper in Port Phillip Bay.
Let's do it. A standard fishing rod for Port Phillip Bay chasing snapper, well, that we use, it's like this 8 kilo salters. It's a 7-foot rod, one piece, and this one's fiberglass. Fiberglass are way more durable than actual carbon fiber or graphite, because with those ones, if you hit them a little bit, they're gone. 4,000 reel, that's plenty. You can use Shimano, you can, Stratix, or you name it. You can use the Stein. You can use Daiwa Ed. You can use any, around 4,000, that's just fine. The line, 20 pound, that's mostly that I use, even for 10 kilo snapper. I got no issues with that. Now, one thing I would suggest that if you do use circle hooks, don't use, if you got a bite runner, don't engage it. Don't use bite runner, because if you use circle hooks, you have to have a bit of tension on the reel. So you don't want to lock it totally, but you have to have a bit of tension. If you use J hooks, then you can have bite runner and you can let the fish run and then just give him a smacker. I will show you another way to bite up for snapper, and that's with how we use the squid rings. And it's very simple. I'll just cut them up quick. So the squid tube, I cut rings. So on the double snail hook, I normally put one on each hook. So I would have a squid hanging on the bottom hook and same on the top hook. That's just another way to present your bite for snapper. As far as carbon fiber or graphite rods, they're much more sensitive. We still use the 7-footer, like these locks, or I got Samurai, or they, you want to get a decent brand. Problem with carbon fiber, don't knock them on the snapper racks or anything, because they will break. Other than that, they're beautiful. They're sensitive. They're much more faster rods than the actual fiberglass ones. And on this particular one, we just got a light setup. Everything is light. 3000 Stratic and 15-pound Daiwa Bride. That's it. All right, for the smaller pinkies, obviously I downsize the hooks. And even if the big snapper is finicky, and you can see with this one, I got just a glow bead here, and then I got a little ball sinker. So that's enough for Port Phillip Bay just to get it down to the bottom. So basically I would just have 2 Pilchard cubes, and that will be enough to actually target pinkies or even big snapper if it's not hungry. The yucca for snapper, I normally slice it, take a fillet out, and that fillet is just gonna be beautiful. This is a frozen yucca, but doesn't matter, snapper loves it. Obviously they prefer fresh, but we don't have any. What I do for gummy, I normally cut this other bit with the bone and I leave it there. Even big snapper loves this one, because other fish will nibble on this, but they can't really get through because of the bone. And then the big fish just comes and takes it. I'll show you how I rig this. So this particular fillet, I normally go in through the flesh part, not through the skin, and back out. So basically I would go in and back, like so. And the second hook will just hang onto the tile. Nothing else really. You just have to make sure that when you drop the bite in a current, it doesn't spin but sits flat. So if you put it in the current, it just sits flat. It doesn't do 360s. Number 1 rule, use quality hooks. So either Gamakatsu's, Daiichi, or Reddy's Outlaws. For this example, I'm gonna use just my standard Reddy's Outlaw 4/0 circle. They're quite strong hooks, so 4/0 is plenty for this kind of situation. And we're gonna just do a snail setup. Okay, so make sure you get a quality leader. This time we're gonna use the Black Magic. And this is the most standard setup for Port Phillip Bay if you're targeting snapper. So very simple, very efficient. So about 1 meter of the leader. and we're gonna do a snail hook. All right, with the snail, what we do, we get the line, we just put along the hook. We're not gonna go through the eye with that one. And the second one goes through the eye. So now I got basically that and a big letter O here if you look at it. So now the top bit, this one, all you do is take it and nicely wind about 9-10 times. It's totally up to you. Put a finger there, drag it through, and that's your snail. That's how simple it is. It looks complicated, it's not. It's very simple. So just remember, letter O, and only the one that goes up goes through the eye. The second hook now, very simple. I take it, again, up through the eye, up way. Bring it down to the, so I normally leave about 10 centimeters, maybe just 8 to 10 centimeters in between them. So then I hold it, grab the top bit and just wind down way now, about 5-6 times. Hold it there, and then take again the end and just bring it through the eye. Oops, I got this one on my hand. Here we go. So this is what we got now. We got 2 perfectly snelled hooks. And that's your snail setup. Now, the next thing, it's actually, I put a small bead, I just took one before out, and a small sinker. So I'll put a small bead so the sinker doesn't damage the line. Plus this is a glow bead, so nighttime they actually glow in the water. And a small ball sinker. And then on the top, basically just a standard swivel. And with this standard swivel, I do a normal uni knot. So I go through. I'm gonna show this properly on YouTube because it just takes a bit of time to learn this one. It's very simple knot and it's one of the best knots in the industry. So just around, and this is basically running through 4 or 5 times, and that's your uni knot. And all you need now is get the tags off. So basically you got the snail hook. So let's cut the tags. This is what it looks like. We got the swivel with the uni knot. We got this little ball sinker and a little bead, and then the 2 snail hooks. And that's about a meter, that's all it is. That's your snapper setup.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.